to make the office more accessible to people at grassroots level. Advocate Lynette Marawa has told Parliament's interviewing panel that if she became the next public protector, she wouldn't fear attempts to corrupt her. Marawa was one of 4 candidates grilled by an ad hoc committee today tasked with nominating a new public protector. And the Zimbabwean Electoral Commission says voting time will be extended following major delays due to glitches with printing voting ballots. In some wards, voting only began at lunchtime, forcing others to leave the queues and refrain from voting. President Emmerson Mnangagwa is seeking a second term after a campaign tainted by a crackdown on the opposition and fears of vote rigging and public anger at the economic crisis. Kuzanai Musengi has more from Bulawayo.
The electoral body's chief elections officer told the national state television station that numerous court challenges by some contestants were to blame for the delay in the printing of the ballot papers. Many voters showed their resolve to vote and endured delays, with many of them waiting for well over 5 hours to exercise their right. The Zimbabwe Electoral Commission has since announced that in all the places where there were delays, voting will be extended. Kudzanai Msengi in Bulawayo.
A fine Thursday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Joburg dropping to an overnight low of 9 degrees, peaking at 25. Pretoria 11 and 28. Vereeniging 5, reaching a high of 24. Lerato Huffela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
I just want to give a special shout out to a TS Galaxy coach, Robert, an absolute mastermind. That guy is a mastermind. These are the type of coaches that add value to our league. These are the kind of coaches that we need and we appreciate. Because if you look at the TS Galaxy side, they lost Umsimang, centre back. They lost to goalkeeper Teles. They lost Opas. But this coach still comes up with great results for TS Galaxy. So well done to him. These are the type of coaches who come from Europe and add value to our league.
Ramovic, I really admire his work. He is a no-nonsense coach. That is what I like about him. I think that is a kind of coach we need in Naturena. We need him. We need those personalities. Those coaches who are going to say, guys, you know what? You are here to work. You must work. You are getting paid at the end of every month. So put in more effort. I like that guy.
But Marawa, I would like to know something. Vuyo, they've kept Vuyo for a long time, and he's not playing. He's not getting game time. What's happening with Mere? We all know Vuyo is a good player, but why is he being kept? And if you don't want to use him, why don't you let him go?
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
All right, so our big interview tonight is with Cailyn Swart. She's already here in studio. But let me remind you again that down in KZN, it is Mamelodi Sundowns away to Richards Bay going into the halftime break. Mamelodi Sundowns were leading the game by 1-0. We'll tell you about all the goal-scoring activities as the game does continue. So halftime, Mamelodi Sundowns 1 and Richards Bay 0. And it's a good thing to see Mendieta already giving his return as far as goal scoring is concerned. So he got that goal there for Mamelodi Sundowns. I will tell you also the latest as far as the transfer news is concerned. Anything that is trending worldwide, we will have it right here. We're also live on the YouTube channel, so if you do want to follow the conversation between myself as well as Cailyn, that's exactly where you can go. 947 on YouTube. Hey, / you'll find us there. Make sure you click on to the right day, hey? To watch and listen. And you can also send us your comments on that platform as well. Otherwise, you can send your WhatsApp voice notes, any comments, questions to Kaylin on 060-708-0484, 060-708-0484. That is the WhatsApp voice note number. So it is now 43 days to go. Hey, World Cups all over the place. Cricket's happening in those days. Just 2 days to go before the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. And exactly 16 days to go before the Rugby World Cup. So looking forward to a great deal as far as sport is concerned. Like we always said from the top of the show when we started earlier this year, that we're going to be blessed with World Cups. We're going to be blessed with good sport. Athletics also dominating the world scene currently. So yeah, lots to look forward to.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Said Ramovich is here. It's match day 30 today. The league is about to finish. What position is Tears Galaxy in?
Hopefully, inshallah, with God's will, top 8 spot.
Give me a number.
Top 8 spot. So
give me one number. Coach, your life depends on this.
Higher we come, we will be more happier.
Give me a number.
Because you will put my players under pressure.
No. They need to be under pressure every day. Give me a number. Give me a number, Coach. Give me a number.
Top 8 spot.
Give me a number.
No, top 8 spot.
No, that's gambling. You said we shouldn't gamble. Give me a number.
Top 8 spot.
Give me a number, Coach.
Whatever it will be great.
Bye-bye, Coach. Thank you so much.
#MSW. #MSW.
Well, very excited to have her in studio. That much I can tell you, because personally I haven't seen her in quite a while. My next guest was, without a shadow of a doubt, though, one of the most talked about players at the just ended FIFA Women's World Cup. Now, every single social media platform, she trended. And for the large part of it, you got to bear the criticism somewhere, somehow. Even on times where she saved our blushes, many chose to overlook all the good work that she had done, also focusing on all of the negatives. But ever the trooper that she is, though, she held it down, held the head high, gave it almost 150%. One hell of an experienced campaigner. I tell you that she plays with so much passion as well as commitment. And you fast forward 13 years later, from the time when she first appeared in that Under-17 World Cup. We'll talk about lessons learned even from that. She was in goal for all of those 3 games, if I remember correctly. But never an easy position out there, is it? And what a pleasure it is to have the Banyana goalkeeper here, Cailyn, today. So much to unpack and unlock in conversation. Cailyn, good to see you, man. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Rob. Thanks for having me. It's really been a long time since we saw each other.
I know. I was like, geez, when I saw you playing at the World Cup, I was trying to track back. I think it would have been a television appearance.
Yeah, it was in 2018. I think it was the last time we were together. Yeah.
Jeez, on a certain Thursday show, man. And here you are on a Wednesday, back in the country. You settled back nicely?
Yeah, pretty settled. Obviously now the league is starting to kick off this weekend. So, yeah, basically back to training and trying to get back to reality now.
What is that reality for you? Because you go from the high tempo and the tension that has been there all the time, and then it's like, yeah, sure, there's tension, it's tense in the league as well, but surely it's different.
Yeah, it's very different. And obviously since we've been back home, I went home to see my family for a little bit, just to to regain my senses and just come back to normal life and just be at home. But yeah, it's just been so crazy. And obviously now with the league starting, now we got to refocus back into the football mode and, training every day and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been great. And I've just been getting some, good support from my family, my friends since I've been back. So yeah, that's basically, that's what all that matters, is the people that are good to me, that's around me.
So you headed back to Joburg.
Yeah.
And what was family like, though? Obviously, firstly, very proud of you. Very proud of the fact that you were there in goals, wearing SA colors, representing your country at probably one of the most watched World Cups, one of the most supported, and I think probably one of the best I've seen on the field of play this World Cup. But going back to family, just how was their welcome? How were they in terms of their energies towards you?
It was awesome. I surprised my parents a little bit.
Yeah.
They didn't know that I was coming home. So
Oh.
yeah, so that was a real moment for us. And but yeah, I think just them having me at home and unpacking a lot of what I was going through and what the experience I had, and literally every night I was home, family was coming over to you know chat and hang out and see me, because most of them haven't seen me in a very long time. And yeah, it was just nice to be in their presence and just to be home and just embrace the feeling of having my parents around me for a couple of days.
Was it over a month? I'm sure, because prior to that there was the camp, and then from the camp you had to leave from Johannesburg straight through to Australia and New Zealand as well. So it would have been a long time of physically not being present in a family environment.
Well, I haven't been home since I was 14. So
you're used to this?
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I haven't seen my parents since last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of months, and, talking on the phone, FaceTiming is not the same.
No.
But, yeah, no, they love having me at home. And I love going home just so that I can, just be around them and just be myself, basically. Yeah.
And you were talking, I mean, you mentioned it just now. You were saying that, being with family, you were able to just be yourself, but most importantly, for them to understand what you've been going through. I think those were your words. What is it that you believe you were going through that you were able to share with them?
Well, obviously, being a goalkeeper is tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough position already, and obviously the criticism that comes with it, and people always think they know better than what a goalkeeper needs to do or what they can do. And I think it's a lot of the mental battles that we fight with ourselves, because it's such an isolated position. We always, criticizing ourselves, but when it comes from outside, those things pile up and the pressure piles up. But I don't think I would have been a goalkeeper if I wasn't able to, handle these tough moments or, the tough battles that I face on a daily. But yeah, I think it's just the criticism that became personal. I think that is what got me the most. I'm fine with criticism. I've been dealing with it my whole life. And but yeah, it just got so bad that I literally shut down for a little bit. So
yeah, I'll get to the point where you shut down your social media. But when you say it was personal, explain that.
When they're coming for your life and saying that I shouldn't be playing the football. I wasn't meant to be playing football. I should be in the kitchen, cooking or being at home doing nothing. But yeah, it just got so much that I didn't want to, be a part of it.
But why would they say that now? I mean, that's a crazy part. You've been playing football for as long as I've known you.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I've been playing for so long. And is it like they only realize that now that Cailyn Swart exists, So it's mind-blowing to think that this tournament was what people actually knew that I existed, but I've been around for a very long time.
No, I know that. And that's what's shocking, is that you almost become a victim of your own success. Because if you weren't part of a, African champions, which is what Banyana Banyana are, if you weren't part of this team that's qualified for the World Cup, again, making history here in South Africa, and equally making history becoming the last 16, club that goes on to represent. So by victim of your own success means that every single day, the closer you get to a final, the more we are watching you, the more people believe that they know you, the more we get to know that, there's a Cailyn Swart that's there. And, she's making a mistake. Damn, we blame her. So that is how people feel, but they've never watched a single other game of any other Banyana team play, or even domestically when you play in the Hollywood Bets Super League. None of them are there to watch, but have every right to make those comments. I mean, did you feel that there was a sense now of being defeated simply because, you're the best goalkeeper?
And that's the crazy part for me was, JVW is such a known team.
Yeah.
Banyana, we've been doing well for a number of years now. And the fact that everyone didn't know I existed is crazy because obviously I've been around for so long, but
Sure.
I've proven myself on many occasions that, I am meant to be in the national team. Like, I deserve to be there. And obviously I worked super hard to be in this position. And, when people have their opinions, it doesn't really matter to me now. But obviously in the beginning, it did get to me quite a bit, because I never really understood the idea of, being at the top and people obviously criticizing you and, putting a lot of pressure on yourself, on you, and now you putting pressure on yourself. And I won't lie, there was times where I wanted to believe them, but then when I really dug deep, I knew that what they're saying means nothing to me, because they don't pay my bills.
Sure.
They're not in the gym when I'm working super hard to be, in the best shape possible, or, be in the right mental state. So yeah, it was a really tough moment for me, but I also realized so much about myself.
But that is being engrossed in what you call social media negativity. At what stage did you believe enough was enough, and then you disconnected, and I think I don't even know if you've deleted your account, which I doubt. You probably just physically disconnected yourself from it.
Yeah, I think it was after the Sweden game. Yes, we could have won that game, but I mean, Sweden are giants for a reason, and they are a footballing nation. Everyone knows Sweden to be, a top nation in women's football. And yes, things could have been different, but the way we played, the way things unfolded in that game, if you really know football, you'll know exactly that a lot of those moments are uncontrollable. These things happen in football, and the best make mistakes too. And it's how we bounce back from it. And I think I showed up every day. I showed up at training. I showed up at games. I never, hid behind anything. But yeah, I think that's the part of social media that we all hate, is the bad comments and all of that. But I think I just needed to step away from it, because it just got so crazy that I didn't want to be a part of it. And I must thank my teammates also for, protecting me from it, because they could see that these things were getting real deep now. And so I give credit to them big time.
What was the one thing that got to you from those comments? What really made you the most angriest to feel that you need to disconnect now?
Well, I think the comments of me not being good enough to be starting or even playing at the World Cup or even being in the national team. And it became the thing of where they were comparing myself and Andile and, trying to, bring a rift between us. But she's been so great in terms of being supportive. And obviously she saw all the things that was being said. But I think that was the hardest one for me, was just the fact that they would compare me to her, but they don't really know who I am or the player that I am. And I think it's if they really look back at everything that we've achieved and where we come from, people would have obviously known exactly who I am and what I am capable of doing.
And Andile was very supportive. I think
Absolutely.
It also showed in the video clips that were being sent out. She was like leading the singing. And I mean, if somebody is angry that they're not being selected as the first team choice goalkeeper, then they would show a different negative stance. But that's not what we got, and probably even closer to you.
No, absolutely. And that's the person she is.
Yeah.
Andile is a gem of a person. Like, she is everyone's person, if that's how I can say. She just knows how to, comfort you. She knows how to talk to you. She knows how to be supportive. And yes, we're competitors, but we're friends at the same time. And I think that's the beauty of it. We were competing every day at training. Like, if I made 3 saves, she wanted to make 4 or 5 saves. So, things like that. And I think that's also just brings the whole idea of, yes, we can be competitors, but we can still be friends and we can still have, the same goal. And that's to win and to, do our best and give everything we have to the national team.
Cailyn Swart, that's a big interview right here on hashtag MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide. When we come back from the break, we chat more to her, we take your WhatsApp voice notes and more.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live.
#MSW.
Doing my accounts is a bit like a time sponge. It's really time consuming. Anything that can help me and make my life easier. Give me 5 more minutes to spend with my daughter or get together with friends earlier on a Friday night, I will honestly take it.
Sage Tools helps small business owners have more time for those precious little moments. Sage, helping business flow. Visit sage.com today.
Looking for the finest betting experience? Look no further. Lotto Star has got you. Bet on our amazing array of games such as instant lotteries, quick games, real rush games, arcade games, scratch cards, live games, and the real jackpot race. We bring you the ultimate experience where you could win mind-blowing payouts of up to 155 million rand. Lotto Star, your world of live games.
Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Don't you wish your phone was fun like you? The new Galaxy Z Flip 5, fit for self-expression, fits in your pocket. Take your best selfies, hands down and hands-free. Buy now and we'll double your storage from 256 gigs to 512 gigs at no extra cost. The new Galaxy Z Flip 5. Join the flip side. T's and C's apply.
Do you aspire to live in the heart of Waterfall? Well, now you can. Master your lifestyle in a Poland designer apartment. 3-bedroom luxury apartments and penthouses with integrated Smeg appliances and top-of-the-range finishes, including a state-of-the-art award-winning lifestyle center comprising of Labuquera restaurant, a half basketball court, gym, boardroom, concierge, Little Hill Montessori School, and more. Apply now for your Poland Green Bond with massive 20-year savings. T's and C's apply. Visit poland.co.za.
Let's be honest. We all need a break. A moment to escape the grind and just take it easy, to shrug off what's on the news and enjoy chilled views. With Suzuki, everything is made easy. Affordability? Made easy. Our range of vehicles offer you quality and value without knocking your budget. Fuel efficiency? Made easy. Enjoy longer journeys and fewer trips to the pump. And when it comes to fun and adventure, Suzuki makes it easy. Experience the thrill of the open road. Make the easy choice and have it all with Suzuki. Visit suzukiauto.co.za to view our deals.
If you think women don't know WhatsApp, lol, let's chat. OMG. They not only rule social, they rule the galaxy. You can rule too with the stellar Samsung Galaxy A24 for only 249 Rand per month over 36 months on a 1.2 gig red core top-up plan. And you save yourself 1,080 Rand. Deal valid on new contracts till 6 September at Chats Connect stores. SA's largest independent dealer channel exclusive to Vodacom. T's and C's apply. BTW, that's by the way, it's Women's Month.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And we've received, though, some disturbing news when it comes to a criminal activity that is doing the rounds. So Jasmine Matlachane, the latest target, a certain individual out there with plenty of data and time on their hands, have been pretending to be Jasmine to solicit money from Banyana Banyana players. Jasmine, thank you so much for your time.
Escalated this whole thing now to becoming me. People then will call a different player from different clubs, coaches, try to get money from them in using my name. It's not me, and people must not pay money. And 13 years later, I'm still on radio talking about the same thing. I really don't know what the real deal is.
#MSW. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Good evening, Rob and Cailyn Swart. Cailyn, you were given the responsibility to be the #1 goalkeeper ahead of Hollywood Bet goalkeeper of the season, that Royal AM lady, as well as the WAFCON goalkeeper of the tournament, Andile Dlamini. That came with a whole lot of responsibilities and criticisms, but I believe the coach had something in you. And for me, it was quite pleasing, Cailyn, to see a few few days ago when FIFA released the top performers at the tournament, and you were amongst the top goalkeepers who pulled most saves at the tournament. You were one save behind England's Mary Hepps, who went home with the Golden Glove. Have you seen those stats, and what does that say to you based on the criticisms that you've received at this tournament? Wishing you all the best. Tebogo.
Tebogo, thank you very much indeed, bringing sanity to the conversation once again. Cailyn, I think an important question, though, because FIFA does release those stats, and at the end of every tournament, based on a performance on the field and the technical teams that analyze these games, you were right there.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was pretty surprised. Obviously, it's a great achievement. Obviously, just to be in the top 10 is massive, and that also just validates a lot of the hard work that I've put in, going into this World Cup. And all I wanted was to do my best and make sure that we finish as the highest we could. And, I've always wanted to give my best for the national team. And, I think I've showed a lot of the nations and a lot of the teams that, I am worthy of, playing at the highest level. But yeah, to be behind Mary Earps, who I really look up to, is massive. And when I woke up and I saw it this morning, obviously it was a shock to me, but it was really rewarding, and it was such a great thing to see.
Well, I was going to say, surely it must be one of those pleasant shocks that you're getting out of the World Cup to say, okay, despite all the criticism, despite all that has been said to you, directly or indirectly, really doesn't matter. Where it matters most is when the football language is being spoken, and it's being spoken positively in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope that, after this World Cup, people have a different opinion of me. But I'm going to continue to do what I do. And obviously, whether I do good or bad, people are always going to have something to say. So, yeah, I think everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But I think that is also just to show that I didn't just play at the World Cup. I showed up and I did what I needed to do for my country.
Here's someone watching on YouTube. They ask a very innocent question because, it's also important to try to get into the mind of an athlete, whether it's good or bad. So, Lihlombe Vumazonke says, "Hi, Cailyn. I'm Lihlombe from PE." Somebody from back home. I would like to ask, what was going through your mind when that ball went through your arms in that moment? I suppose when we were knocked out, in a way. Visualization? Focus? Take me through that. Because it's good. I'm going to get to the Italy save as well, because trust me, that's what I'm saying. You're going to balance things out. Balance the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when that happened, in my mind, I was like 99.9% of the time, that's an easy catch for me. And in that moment, I really have no idea how that could have happened. But then again, freak accidents happen in football, and I think that was once in a lifetime thing that will ever happen. But yeah, when I looked back at it, I thought to myself, how could I have been so stupid? And things like that. Obviously, you want to do better. And I literally sat with with Mpo, our analyst. And I sat with him, and I was like, how in God's name did that happen at that moment? Because when it happened, I thought, there goes our chance to equalize or, to try and get a goal back. And I don't know, Rob. It was just a freak situation that I don't think would have ever happened if
on a normal situation.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you speak to Mpo, and the analysis now takes on that role, so everything has happened. You've accepted that it's happened. What is the analysis of that one incident? Was it just what did Mpo's contribution become? Because maybe Mpo has a different view to what you would be feeling.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, he's so encouraging. He's such a great guy. Like, he always looks for the good in the bad. And all he said was, like, it happened, and that's something that would never happen to you. But it happened. Now we just got to move forward and, make sure we don't make those mistakes again. But, in my mind, I was like, geez, like, how the hell did that just happen? And obviously, we went down 2-0, and I think at that moment, a lot of the wind was out of our sails already. And but yeah, I just couldn't keep beating myself up, like, because that was something that I never thought would happen.
But you're fine now.
Yeah, no, I'm good now. I've watched a lot of the footage over and over again, and now I just need to look forward to, being better and, continuing to, produce, good performances and good training sessions, just so, that I can always, step up and be the person that the coach wants me to be.
Nomvula Gaule, your roommate. What a soul, what a character, what a talent. But also, what do you call your wingman? But somebody who was very supportive through all of this. I mean, talk to me about the role that she played overall. I mentioned her name, I could see, your face beamed.
Oh, Nomvula, she's honestly the best person you want around. Yes, she's got her moods. She has at times where she isolates herself, but the crazy part is we isolated ourselves together when, things were, getting too crazy, or we just needed some downtime. We'd turn the lights off, we'd close the room, the curtains, and we'd just lay and do nothing. And for me, that was everything. Like, whenever I needed to speak, she was there to listen. If she spoke, I was there to listen. So we really got each other through the tournament and through the highs and the lows. And, when mental battles start happening, you want to, isolate yourself, but you can't, because you have so many people around you that, are relying on you to, bring the energy, or, bring the, the positivity to the group. But she helped me a lot, and I'm sure I helped her too. But she's just awesome, and I couldn't thank her enough for being by my side when I needed her the most.
She must come and spread some lipstick this side, because, man, I love her wisdom. I listened to a couple of clips, though, during the World Cup itself. And I think it was at a stage, Cailyn, when you had just left. I think you had just gone through your first match day, and people saw a different Banyana to what maybe they expected, because they expected a team that would have been sluggish, maybe still thinking of all the wars that were happening here in the country when you guys in SAFA were having these late nights and the press conferences, and it was bonus this and bonus that. We don't want to play this, we don't want to play that. So everyone kind of thought that, oh, my goodness, we're going to be there for a hiding, And then all of a sudden everybody woke up to the reality that, no, actually, at what point did you decide as a team, as a collective, maybe you as an individual, decide that, you know what, these issues that we had with SAFA, let's leave them behind? We are at a World Cup, and you only have it. I don't know how many World Cups you still think you might have under your belt. You'll tell me about that later. But just at what point did you decide to say goodbye to those problems and hello, World Cup?
Oh, what a time that was, Rob.
How would you describe that time,
what a
though?
time. I think there was so many emotions going around before we left. But the chemistry that we created over the years really showed up in these last couple months. Our bond that we have is unbreakable now more than ever. We fought a good fight, because we thought that if we don't stand for what we want now, I think in years to come, we'll still be sitting with the same situation where obviously we're not given what we deserve, and we're not treated like the professionals that we meant to be. And it was crazy to think that, we felt all the pressure, and yet we still knew what we are going to do. Like, we knew we had a purpose, and our purpose was to go as far as we can. And once we got into New Zealand, I think that's when all the reality kicked in, and that's when we realized, okay, we're here now. And I must say, our first training session we had in New Zealand, the energy that transcended from all of us onto the field was electric.
Yeah.
And that was the theme every day going into the tournament. And obviously leading up to Sweden, every meeting was, Sweden is good, Sweden is this. And we just tried to focus on ourselves quite a bit. And I think that was the change. And we have great leaders, Tembi, Fifi, Andile, Jermaine's also one of the leaders. And all of us are leaders in our own way, which makes the team great because we all have our input. We all make sure that, everyone's in line and we know exactly what we need to do. But I think it's literally once we got to New Zealand, we knew that now we need to work and we need to forget about everything else, because what we do here will determine what we will get in the future, and the future was obviously going to the round of 16, which is obviously the massive achievement for us, and that's all we wanted.
That's what you guys believed in.
Exactly.
Though, but the authorities probably didn't, because they already booked your tickets to come back home.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We had so much belief, so much faith in the team amongst ourselves that we knew we were not going home early. Everyone was saying, oh, they're going on holiday.
Yeah.
Well, we extended our holiday, if that's what you wanted.
It was a beautiful holiday for us to watch.
It was a great holiday. And I think every game we got better. Yeah. And every game you could see there was something different about the team, because we were not okay with, just being there. We wanted to be there and put a stamp on that field every time we took the field. And I mean, I hope everyone saw, the bond and the chemistry and the hard work and the sacrifices that we had to do and get through to be where we are. And I mean, I couldn't be more proud of the team for showing up. And, even when there was negative comments about the team, we always showed up. We always did the opposite of what people thought of us and what they said of us.
I think even when you had gone through customs here at OR Tambo, and I'm just putting it out there that maybe you would have been on zero. I'm not saying you would have been, but let's say you were on zero in terms of bank balance. You come back, and I can safely say you're a millionaire. That's a good feeling. That's a feeling of achievement. That's a feeling of a lot of years of sacrifice. Watching you guys battle it out with the authorities, battle it out for your dignity, battle it out for equality. There's many battles that you've had to fight. And just one tournament that is difficult to get into in any case makes a big difference for you. What does that mean for Cailyn?
Yeah, and we fought a lot of battles before this, and none of it was, fruitful. But this tournament literally changed our lives, whether it was on the football field, off the field, financially, of course. There's a lot of talks about all the money that's being, put in, and but I'm not a millionaire yet.
Has FIFA not deposited? Hey? Should I send a text there to FIFA to say, hey, the text message hasn't said diddy. Yeah.
No, but we're not there yet. But the fact that we did what we did for ourselves and for women's football in our country, but I think everyone knows now who Banyana Banyana is, and I'm sure individually they can even name players, because every one of us had an impact at that tournament, and that is an achievement in itself. Now that post World Cup, I think everyone will still be talking about us because of the impact we had at the World Cup, and also what we gave and what we provided for the people of the nation.
Oh man, it's been such a beautiful thing post the World Cup to have the ladies come through. And we had Jermaine, she was here. She opened up her heart, her soul. She's a very honest human being. She's just made her debut in her new club, and she's very happy in Mexico, as she declared for us. We had Tembi come through as well, and she's landed in Cincinnati. She's a happy camper there too. So I'm just thinking that collectively, and tomorrow we will have the coach. We'll have Desiree Ellis come through, to almost wrap things up. I know next week, there'll be a surprise guest coming through also from the team. So there's a learnership that comes with a World Cup to say, Let's chat now to the human beings, not to the people that we're watching on television, representing us and giving their best. We're saying, let's chat like we're doing with Cailyn right now. It's the big interview for tonight. We'll come back, take our final moments with Cailyn.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
Save up to 20% when you cover 2 or more cars with a king of insurance. Because with King Price, cash is king. And who doesn't want to save on their insurance? SMS King to 31939 for a commitment-free car quote and join our royal family. King Price is a licensed insurer and authorized FSP. T's and C's and standard SMS rates apply.
Looking for the perfect blend of style and performance? Look no further than Eagle Mazda. We're not just your average dealership, we're best rated. Straight from Google reviews. Whether you crave the dependable comfort of the CX-5 or the exhilarating luxury of the CX-60, whether it's new or nearly new, Eagle Mazda is your ticket to the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Discover exclusive vehicle and service specials on our website, eaglemazda.co.za. At Eagle Mazda, you can always expect more than a great deal.
The Great South African Sale is coming, and it's bigger than ever before. Your holiday plans are never going to be the same. Get a taste of Mzansi's wildlife with an adventure in the bush. Feel the ocean waves run across your feet as you relax by the coast. Or take a walk in nature as you reach the peak of Mzansi's mountainous landscapes. Get up to 50% off all travel deals when you book between 4 and 10 September. Visit shortleft.co.za. Book now and travel later. After all, it's your country. Enjoy it, because nothing's more fun than a short left.
#TravelWise Mzansi. T's and C's apply.
And we're off. Garden Essentials taking the early lead. Pool Care making amazing ground. Rounding now as we approach Braai Essentials, and it's amazing deals with the win.
Join us at Chamberlain's for our Ready, Set, Go Gardening promotion from the 18th of August till the 10th of September. Get ready for great deals on everything you need to turn your garden into a summer wonderland. Set yourself up for success with amazing advice and service, and go get everything you need to get summer ready under one roof. Chamberlain, famous for hardware and gardening since 1903.
The B&A sale from 24 to 27 August cuts 25% off everything in our stores. That's 25% less on the price, not less of the product. Save big on stationery, art and craft materials, educational books and more, because less is more at B&A. The B&A sale 24 to 27 August only. Everything slashed by 25%. All the prices, that is. T's and C's apply. B&A, color your world.
Hollywood Bets is giving you an opportunity to win one of 5 luxury trips to Bali. Bet 10 Rand or more on JetX for a chance to win an incredible trip or a share of 150,000 Rand. Hollywood Bets. Why fly when you can jet off? T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
The ever-eloquent, straightforward Jermaine Siposinwe. Cailyn Swart. Was she aware of all the missiles that were being blown in her direction in terms of South Africa's couch potatoes?
Yeah, for sure. I think to a certain extent she was. I don't really think she knew the gravity of it in terms of what people were saying. Yes, we all make mistakes. As players, it's just a pity that when a goalkeeper makes a mistake, it's there for the entire world to see. I feel like a lot of players were like telling her, like, get off social media, dude. Like, it's not worth going on there and checking what people are saying about you.
#MSW. #MSW.
Right, you got to pull out for Miracle here because I think she's more popular than I ever thought she would be. All these voice notes, the messages. Got one here says, great presentation as well as show, as always. Thank you so much. Cailyn Swart should ignore the naysayers and haters are going to hate. And potatoes are going to potate. Anyway. It says, strong bones, beautiful black queen. That's Pare Plek, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So, yeah. I think lots of support coming your way. Lots of voice notes as well.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and good evening to Cailyn Swart. Just a few words to Cailyn Swart. I think she showed a great deal of quality as a goalkeeper for Banyana Banyana during the FIFA Women's World Cup. She made some key saves as a goalkeeper. And I would say she did very well, fairly well. One question that I have for her, I'd just like to find out, how does she deal with pressure? Pressure on the field and pressure from social media. Thank you. Utebo from Soweto.
Utebo, thank you so much. Pressure. How do you deal with it?
I always say pressure makes diamonds. And for me, obviously, growing up, it was always tough because my dad was very strict. He expected a lot from me. So I always had that in me to, always do him proud and make sure that, I don't mess up so that he doesn't shout me.
Yes.
So I've had those thoughts from a little girl. But as I got older, obviously the pressure gets more and more the higher you go. And, with elite football, you want to be at your best. Mistakes obviously happen, but how you deal with it is what matters the most. But for me, as I got older, I took in the pressure. Like I've listened, I deal with it. But for me, I was just helping myself to, create tools in my mind to just focus on myself and, cut out the noise and, do my best to just stay in the zone. And music is how I deal with it. Your music, or when we sing in the locker room, sometimes
that's singing.
Yeah, when we sing in the locker room, I think that's where we also recenter ourselves, because then the only people that matter is the people in that locker room.
Yeah.
And even with the club team at JVW, I'm the DJ sometimes. So
listen to this. Look at you.
So most of the time, the music I play is obviously for everyone. But also,
what music do you play?
Oh, some of them hate my music, but obviously now a lot of amapiano, some alternative, pop songs, whatever.
But what song grounds you though? Like when you're having your moments, like you're describing with Nomvula, where you're shutting off, draw the curtains, you don't want anybody in your space. What's that song? What's that artist that draws out that inner Cailyn Swart?
In the last year or so, I've done a lot of growing and, a lot of...
Probably soul searching?
Yes, absolutely. And I found myself, and I think this last couple months, I was really drawn to, I leaned on God quite a bit. And Maverick City group, their music was everything to me in this last couple months. And that's the type of music Nomvula and I were listening to, and singing at the top of our lungs in the room before we leave. And
beautiful.
So that's the type of music now that grounds me and recenters me, and just takes out the noise from the outside factors. But music is definitely something that helps me with the pressure.
Loving it. Mundumieza on Twitter says, two things that we've learned as South Africans is that Banyana Banyana are not far off from the European counterparts or even the world. And that gap between the countries has been closed.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Olifelang here. Good evening to Mr. W. Shoulders, and good evening to Madame Cailyn Swart. First and foremost, again, like the many that have represented Banyana Banyana, again, like the many that have represented the country, as far as qualifying for the last 16 is concerned, I'd just love to congratulate you. You've made history. You've played exceptional football, despite the many criticisms that have come your way. You didn't let those define you, because if I must be honest, if there's one thing that many have never talked about, was that stunning save that you pulled against Italy to help us qualify for the last 16. Yes, there's a lot that has been talked about with Thembi Kgatlana's goal, but your save, Cailyn Swart, was one of the vital reasons why we've qualified for the last 16, and we just got to give you your flowers in that regard. You've made exceptional saves. Yes, there were goals that shouldn't have been conceded, but hey, be that as it may, you are amongst the many players representing Banyana Banyana that have made history for South Africa, and that is to qualify for the last 16. So we gotta give you your flowers in that regard. Congratulations. And again, I wish you everything of the best in everything that you do. Great show as always. Thanks.
Lefelang, thank you so much indeed. I'll give her an opportunity to respond to the bulk of the WhatsApp voice notes. Wandile Mtana on Twitter also says Cailyn was under immense scrutiny of criticism because we expected more from her, and we believe that she has great potential to wear the Banyana Banyana team jersey. However, she must be proud of the team effort to go thus far and be proud of the history that they've made as well.
Hi, Robert, winners, shareholders, hello. And hi to Cailyn. Shame, man. Robert, I really do feel sorry for Cailyn because Cailyn is probably she's the most gifted goalkeeper in the country, technically. If you look at her skills, the way she does her goal kicks, the way she saves, she's the most technically gifted goalkeeper in the country. Actually, she is the best goalkeeper in the country. There's only one problem with Cailyn, and it's no one can sort this problem out. That's the unfortunate part. No matter how hard she trains, no matter what she does, no one can sort this thing out, the problem out. It's her height. That is the only problem. Skill-wise, she has all the qualities that you need for a goalkeeper. It's very, very, very hard to be a goalkeeper, especially in this modern day. Otherwise, well done, Cailyn. Great tournament.
Winston, thank you so much indeed. Is height a factor?
I think it's subjective.
Yeah.
But I mean, I never ever hid behind the fact that I'm not 2 meters. But I think I've showed myself enough to say that, no matter how short I am in people's minds, what I do on the field shouldn't, my height shouldn't matter because I'm going to save the ball regardless. And yeah.
And the stats showed it, as we were talking earlier. It showed it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, obviously, people have these different opinions about me, but if they really see the things that happen behind the scenes and at training, and they'll really, really see that I am who I think I am. I think that I'm at the top of my game right now, and yes, people might look at the mistakes and say, "Oh, she's not great," but I think I'm good, and I'm going to keep proving myself. And if that's how I'm going to win everyone over, by having to prove myself every day, I will, because I love what I do and I'm going to continue to do it.
And you're up for the challenge. I love that.
Hi, Rob. Let me also extend my greetings to Cailyn. I'm talking to a hero, and I would not say heroine, a hero, that went out to represent this country. I just want to say to you that we really appreciate what you've done. We will continue appreciating you because you respect your craft. You are the best goalkeeper that we have in this continent. You did very well in the World Cup, and I want you to remember one thing. We are a country that doesn't celebrate their heroes. If anything, we forget them. And I think this is the right platform for you to come to Robert Marawa and be celebrated. And again, I want to reiterate these words. You are the hero. We are very proud of you. You are the best. You guys qualified to go and play in the World Cup. You guys won the African Nations Cup.
Hero. That's all I'm throwing. Kumbi Kumalo, thank you so much for those words. How do you respond to that? I mean, that's like an honors from the heart appraisal.
That's a big word. And I will never take that for granted. The few people that were in my corner and few people that, said good things about me or, praised me, I thank them. I'm so thankful for those people, because even if it was 5, I drew motivation and I drew some strength from those 5 people. And the support has been amazing. It warms my heart hearing that. Obviously, being deemed a hero is massive, and I will carry that because I gave some people hope. No matter, if there was people that didn't believe in me, the ones that did, if I gave them hope, I think I've done enough, to get those praises. And I'm just thankful for that.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and to the MSW listeners, and good evening to Cailyn. Mr. Marawa, you've got one of the best goalkeepers we have as a country, very brave and industrious. And I just want to congratulate her for the stellar performance she produced during the FIFA Women's World Cup and the incredible save she produced during the game against Italy. And I just want to wish her nothing but the best in future. Thanks, Mr. Marawa.
Good evening, Robert. You are speaking to Tembela here from Randbeck. I just want to find out from Cailyn as to, after the World Cup, any offers coming from abroad based on the performance that she put during this World Cup. Thank you very much.
Offers coming through. Are we going to be seeing you for the rest of the Hollywood Bets Super League here in SA?
Obviously, God willing, some club or some coach believes in my ability and my talent. And if it happens, that would be great. Like, that's obviously my goal, is to play abroad at some point in my career. And I think now is probably the best time for me to, look out elsewhere. And if it's in God's plan, who knows? But I'm not closed off to it. I'm very open to it. But now I just have to focus on, doing well for JVW and making sure that, we finish in the top 3.
Top. Let's leave the 3 out.
At the top, yes.
I was going to say that, but your experience, though, in America would have taught you a great deal, would have taught you so much. And your records, they still there because you broke them. You one of the greatest goalkeepers historically, even at the college, everywhere. What was the overall experience like, though, for you that has stood well, even in the most trying times for you till today?
I always tell people my time in America was probably my best time. 4 or 5 years of playing collegiate football was massive for my growth, for me as a person. And I think also just being in the professional environment, training at, great facilities day in, day out. And, just having the people around you that want to see you grow. And, they will invest everything in you to be the best you can be. And, that time, I think I grew so much as a player. And obviously it helped me a lot whenever I came home to be with the national team, because I was getting the resources were there, they took real good care of me, and I felt great and they loved me. So, I always say a happy player is your best player. And I was very happy, and that's where a lot of my growth happened.
Talk about happy. There's happiness, there's sadness, everything happens. When we spoke to Tembi when she was here, she had lost 3 family members during the World Cup. You also lost a family member in that time.
Yes, I did. Before the Italy game, my uncle, that was basically like another father to me, passed on. And when obviously they tried to not tell me, but my brother called me, and, at that time, I think nothing else existed. All I could think about was, my family and all of this. But not once did I think that I needed to, leave or, tell them, oh, no, I can't do this. Because when it happened, I knew now I have a different purpose. Because he was probably our biggest fan. We spoke about Banyana all the time. So, I had so much happy memories with him that in the time, yes, I was sad, I was broken. I couldn't believe it happened right before a massive game. And going into, the training the next day, I think that was the hardest day for me, because obviously you're dealing with so much emotion, and, your mind runs away with you. But I drew strength from that, because he became my purpose, and he became the reason why, I wanted to keep fighting and keep going. But yeah, I think that was definitely also one of the toughest moments for me, because obviously losing a family member is never easy, and especially if one that's very close to you.
My condolences.
Thank you very much.
Lots of positives happen, lots of negatives, sadness along the way. Then you got to sign a lotto sports signing that comes up. Hey, what's cooking there? Is that more good news?
Yeah, Lotto Sport has been good to me so far.
Yeah.
I'm happy to, be a part of their family, and I wear their clothing with pride, because, I've been, manifesting a sponsorship for many years.
And here it is.
And here it is. Obviously I'm very grateful and thankful for Lotto for, seeing me and, deeming me, how can I say, like, worthy of wearing their brand.
Of course you're worthy. Of course you're worthy.
But yeah, it's been awesome, and I'm so grateful for them.
Do you know who these human beings are? Maverick City. This is how we erase any and every problem. And we just wanted to say as hashtag MSW that we are very, very proud, very honored to have had you come through to studio today, Cailyn, in spite of everything that's happened to you, the good, the bad, and there's only going to be good moving forward. So take this journey, take this walk forward, and know that South Africa as a whole, you've heard those voice notes, they're not generated somewhere underground. They are from human beings that are showing you as a human being the love that they have for you. And thank you very, very much indeed for taking the time. It seemed like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it did. But thank you very much for having me. It's always great to chat to you. And yeah, thank you for the listeners for, sending through, all that positive voice notes and messages. I'll continue to, do them proud and, make sure that when they talk about me, there's always good stuff to talk about.
I love that. Cailyn Swart, everything of the best, man.
Thank you.
All right, looking forward to Desraelis popping in tomorrow.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.